Loyola University basketball coach Sheryl Swoopes, she's under investigation, accused of mistreating players. One of them is speaking out this morning, telling us why she wanted to transfer. ABC's Lindsay Davis is here with the details. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Lara. Sheryl Swoopes was the first woman to ever sign with the WNBA. But this morning, the college coach is not only under fire, but under investigation after reports that the majority of her roster has decided.
Known for breaking barriers, is now under investigation for mistreating players. The allegations have raised eyebrows across the basketball community, with some players reportedly wanting to leave her program. The situation has been a huge story, and now it's about to get even more interesting with the Indiana Fever's big moves this offseason. Fast forward to today, and the Fever are making a statement that no one saw coming. Indiana's roster has completely transformed. Where once there were doubts about the team's future, there's now a feeling of anticipation. The Fever have made some bold moves in free agency that could potentially change the course of the franchise. One of the biggest signings? Brianna Turner, a star in her own right, who strengthens the Fever's defense and brings veteran leadership to the team. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a game changer. But the biggest shocker? The Indiana Fever just...
There's a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some new shit going on around there.
A lot. Yeah. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't
want to be here.
This is where I want to be.
Yeah.
Move in WNBA history by landing Natasha Howard. Howard, a three-time WNBA champion and defensive powerhouse, adds a level of intensity the Fever have never had before. Her ability to dominate multiple positions and protect the rim makes her a force that no opponent will want to face. But that's not all. Indiana didn't stop there. They went all in, adding more players with championship pedigree: DeWanna Bonner, a proven scorer and clutch performer, and Sophie Cunningham, a fiery competitor who can shoot the ball and disrupt opponents defensively. These additions show that the Fever aren't just hoping to compete, they're looking to dominate. And for those wondering about leadership, they also brought in Sydney Coulson, a player who might not always make the headlines but is invaluable behind the scenes. She's the type of player who holds teams.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. As always, appreciate your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Let's go. So I wanted to do a little bit of a dive into the Fever roster, what that looks like. Now that we've gotten through the bulk of the free agency offseason, we've seen a lot of changes.
Teams together, provides steady leadership, and keeps everyone focused on the goal, winning championships. The Indiana Fever are no longer in rebuilding mode. With these incredible signings, they are ready to compete for a title. The team has reloaded with talent, experience, and a winning mentality, positioning themselves as serious contenders for the WNBA crown. This off-season isn't just about adding players, it's about setting the stage for greatness. Fans should be...
So y'all can record this, you cannot record it, but the biggest thing I want everybody to hear me say right now.
The Fever are ready to take on all comers. Will they prove the doubters wrong and rise to the top? Only time will tell. But the future is looking bright for this revamped roster. Big news brewing in the WNBA. The Indiana Fever have just landed Brianna Turner in free agency. Let that sink in for a moment. For months, the media had written off Indiana, dismissing it as an undesirable destination. Analysts doubted the Fever's ability to attract top free agents, and critics laughed at the idea of building a competitive roster. Well, fast forward to now, and it's a whole new story. The Fever didn't just sign players, they secured elite talent. Natasha Howard, DeWanna Bonner, Sophie Cunningham, and Sydney Coulson all had plenty of options, but
the way they came back the second game, it just makes you excited to, okay, I want to be a part of that. They didn't lay down and quit. They came back and actually try to beat us early,
proving the doubters wrong. Now, the narrative has completely flipped, and analysts are scrambling to catch up. The Fever are building a culture that players want to be a part of, and at the heart of it all is Caitlin Clark. She's not just a rookie, she's a franchise-altering presence who's making Indiana a top destination for the league's best players. Clark is more than just a sharpshooter or a highlight machine, she's a leader, with a relentless work ethic that inspires everyone around her. That's why players like Sophie Cunningham were drawn to Indiana. Clark's leadership, her ability to elevate others, and her competitiveness are magnetic. She's the kind of player that not only wins games but changes the trajectory of an entire franchise. With Clark leading the way, the Fever are no longer just a team on the rise, they're a team that players want to join. This isn't just about Clark's incredible skills, it's the buzz she's creating around the Fever and the league as a whole. Players are noticing. Fans are noticing. And the entire league is benefiting. For a franchise that once seemed overlooked, the Fever are now stepping into the spotlight. And let's talk about the pace of play, something that's always been crucial in the WNBA. As the game evolves,
Hoop Queens, gather around because we've got some major tea brewing in the WNBA. Indiana Fever just landed Brianna Turner in free agency. Brianna Turner, let that...
Pace is becoming the key to success. Faster play trumps size and physicality. If you've been following the Fever's success, you know that their mantra has always been pace, pace, pace. This is a team that thrives on quick transitions, fast breaks, and high energy. Players like Caitlin Clark and the new influx of young talent are amplifying that pace, creating a level of excitement that's drawing in casual fans. The league as a whole is benefiting from the influx of young, dynamic talent. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and the new rookies are hyping up the game, bringing a fresh, energetic vibe that resonates with fans. As the league grows, so does the recognition. The skill has always been there, but now
starting to get a little bit more shine from maybe the casual fan, and maybe some folks who maybe didn't know or haven't seen Indiana as much as they've seen this year.
I agree.
So what's that part like, getting that little bit more attention and getting a little bit more shine and getting the recognition?
Known for breaking barriers, is now under investigation for mistreating players. The allegations have raised eyebrows across the basketball community, with some players reportedly wanting to leave her program. The situation has been a huge story, and now it's about to get even more interesting with the Indiana Fever's big moves this offseason. Fast forward to today, and the Fever are making a statement that no one saw coming. Indiana's roster has completely transformed. Where once there were doubts about the team.
It's where you brought up the Fever. I think what I've learned in my WNBA experience is pace of play trumps physicality, it trumps size, it can trump experience, because a lot of times when you're experienced, it's really like code word for your veteran, which is code word for your old.
Slow the pace.
Yeah. So I feel like
I know that's why you guys were so good for those years.
In 2018 and 2020, the years we won, that was our whole mantra, was pace, 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 pace. And what I see in Caitlin.
Talk about the young girls that came in, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, rookie class, really hyping up the league coming from college to the WNBA. What has that done for you and the buzz of this entire league?
I think it's so positive. I really do. I think it's a fun time to be a part of the W. I truly believe that. I think the skill and the talent has always been there, but now it's just the viewership. And so I give a big old clap to the rookie class. I think that's a lot to deal with when you're at that age and you have that many eyes on you. But I think they've done a great job in the league as well. I think the physicality and all that they're going to get used to, but I think especially Caitlin Clark. She's
her word. I want to see her continue to be a dog, because she is a dog. Here's what I'll say about Angel. I love the fact that she's just her, right? And she says she's unapologetically Angel. She plays hard, both ends of the floor. It doesn't matter what the score is. The thing that I think people question wasn't so much about her game or her rebounding, but it was the scoring. And the fact that she is either averaging or almost averaging a double-double is pretty impressive to do from anybody, but in particular a rookie. I just love how she's come into this league. She's embraced the bumps, the bruises. She's embraced the good with the bad. And I love watching her play, because she plays